For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cargill. I've been a business owner and employer here in Victoria for over 25 years. My business has survived 6 lockdowns, but is now close to closing due to the introduction of these human rights violating vaccine mandates. 2.5 weeks ago, I stood down from my business over human rights, and I decided to start speaking up on behalf of those who may not have a voice. Workers' rights are human rights, and body autonomy and free choice is where I hold the line. About 2 weeks ago, I made a video that has now been seen by millions around the world. In this video, I assert that here in Victoria, we are a slippery slope continuum, and that if left unchecked, we would soon be living under a totalitarian regime. Things have moved quickly, and there have been many progressions down this path since I made my now infamous video just a fortnight ago. I stand before you today to issue another warning. When elected members of Parliament have been removed and have lost their right to cast vote on behalf of their electorate, we are no longer living in a democracy. What I warned you about just 2 short weeks ago is now a reality. Make no mistake, we are now living under a barbaric totalitarian regime. The time to stand and unite is now. This is not about vaxxed versus unvaxxed. Please break free from this divisive narrative spun by our government to pit citizen against citizen, friend against friend, family member against family member. For the last time, we are not anti-vax, we are pro-choice. Ask yourself, do you really want to live in a segregated community? What violence will we witness when the underclass and those that believe in human rights and inclusiveness rise up? Is this really the future you want our children to inherit? How did this happen here in the land of the free? Did you know that some government housing and foster care options are refusing to support young people that do not wish to participate in this medical trial? Did you know that women in our prison system have not been allowed to touch their own children for over 18 months? Did you know that a US study shows that babies born throughout this period, their brain size on average has shrunk in the past 18 months due to lack of stimulus? Is a virus that kills less than 1% of the people who catch it really worth stunting a whole generation of young people? Make no mistake, this is a humanitarian disaster happening here in our own front yards. If we allow this to happen and vaccine passports and digital identity become the norm, our way of life will never be the same. I am seriously concerned that our supply chains will hold with the number of people standing down and as the protest builds momentum. Only history will tell if we have enough food by Christmas. I can only guess as to our government's motivation, but there is just too much not adding up, and I no longer trust them. To speak up and stick my neck out as I am doing, I have to be fearless, and in many ways I am. But make no mistake, I am now terrified of my government. I stand before you to issue a warning that at the very least you need to turn your full scrutiny towards this destructive, divisive government before they completely ruin our fine state. Politicians are public servants. Remember, they work for the people of Victoria. Why is the Governor of Victoria silent when it is her duty to protect our system of representative democracy? Please email me at key@keycrystals if you would like to become involved in my peaceful, passive protest. True leaders bring people together, not tear at the very fabric of our society, our communities, and tear our families apart.